Africa is increasingly taking its place on the global stage as a continent of growth and opportunity. Yet critical challenges remain, particularly the need to create a significant number of jobs for the continent's booming population. For this reason, African entrepreneurship is central to Africa's future prosperity. The biggest business opportunities in the coming decade will be created by Africans who start businesses, generate jobs and wealth, and capture growth opportunities. The Sanlam Business Partners Entrepreneur of the Year competition is committed to playing a crucial role in elevating the standard of entrepreneurial activity in the country, as well as fostering a national entrepreneurial spirit. Our goal is to celebrate excellence in entrepreneurship and to promote it as a viable and exciting career path. The awards aim to honour, benefit and uplift South African SMEs and entrepreneurs. Congratulations to all the Sanlam Business Partners Entrepreneur of the Year finalists.
And I'm the owner of So Delicious, and we create inspirational products that make vegetable gardening doable and easy for anybody who wants to try it. So we basically take dreamers and we turn them into doers. So we also have vegetables that are different, candy cane beetroot or purple peppers or round carrots, things like that really appeal to creative people and foodies. This idea fell out of the sky into my head and I saw a chocolate and I thought, well, what is more inspirational than chocolate? Who doesn't like eating that? And so I created my first soil chocolate and I popped some seeds in and I put them in the garage, watered them, left them and forgot all about them actually. And my husband came running up the stairs one day and he said, Vanessa, did you see that these have actually grown? And so we took that whole slab and we planted it and our veggie garden grew, and from that a whole business evolved. For me, my business sells inspiration. We want to inspire people to get back into the garden, to grow healthy food, to eat healthy food, and then to save that seed for future generations as well. Vegetable gardening does need some kind of knowledge of how to do it. And so the slab of seed basically takes a novice gardener or anybody wanting to try it and makes it doable and easy. I adopted a different attitude in this business in that I stopped seeing problems as something that's insurmountable, and I began to see them as a challenge or a stepping stone that would take us to another level. And the funny thing about challenges and sitting with at a place like that is you can either think it's going to overcome you and destroy you, or it's going to make you better. And in both cases, you'll be right. I'm pretty blessed to be able to play with mud every day.
Okay, my name is Mishje. I'm a mother of 2 boys. I'm the owner of Belaboni Guest House, a 4-star graded guest house in Witbank in Mpumalanga. And yes, I'm a former teacher and now I'm in this hospitality industry and having fun with my team. I'm a born entrepreneur and I've been selling all my life from school. When I was a teacher, I'm known wherever I've been that person who's always doing business. So yeah, I turned the house because I like hosting people. I turned this house into a guest house and I'm having fun. I think if you do a business, the location is the first thing that you need to look at. Belaboni is located right where N4 and N12 meet. So those 2 main national roads will never move away. So we made sure that we are accessible to everyone who passes by. Anyone who goes to Maputo, anyone who goes to Swaziland, anyone who goes to Kruger from the airport, you'll never get lost from the freeway straight to our place. Honestly speaking, I didn't have money, but I'm that kind of a person who saves a lot. Even now, I've got the business account and I've got the account that waits for the rainy day. I went to the bank and I applied for a loan for the bond. It was approved, it was 80%. The business was doing so well. After 3 months, I went back to buy the house next door Then I was given 100% loan. And thereafter, I never borrowed any money from the bank. I started buying all these properties that are around the guest house, cash. So hence I'm saying, you are happy with our business. Every morning I'm telling myself that I have to celebrate life, and everyone around me knows how I value life. I love life. I celebrate life every day. For the fact that I can stand up, I can wash myself, I can smile, I can look into my mirror every morning and greet myself and say, hi, Macy, this is another new day. That's what encourages me. Then the rest will follow.
Hi, I'm Johan Ekstein. I'm the owner of Agricon. We manufacture pelleting machines, and our range is covering a lot of sectors, not necessarily only animal feeds, but also organic materials, waste management, and renewable energy. I actually came across this idea by chance. Like anything else, I saw people struggling with the concept of pelletizing. We thought we can do it better, easier, and cheaper. And obviously we started playing around with the whole concept, and all of a sudden we had a business going, and we extended the range to where we are today. Oh, we are in the big Bloemfontein. No, it's a lovely place to be. In the center of South Africa, where we can do easy distribution. I've never had the focus of selling any machine or any physical product. We sell a concept and an idea, and we supplement that concept with good equipment. And that's where the entrepreneurial part comes in, because the customer is so used to buy this because you have to have this, but they don't know what to do with it, and we teach them what to do with it before we sell the product. Luckily, I'm past the point where I have to rush to the computer to see if I've got any money in the bank. I think what drives me is to make sure that everything is in place and that everything is well organized, and that everybody knows what to do when they start out in the morning. So if I'm not in the office very early, first and on duty, then I can't expect other people to be. So it's a very driven sort of a situation where I believe that you have to set the example. I think at this stage of the economy, we've grown exponentially over the past 3 or 4 years. And what's very important for me is to realize that problems creates opportunities. And I just see so often that people are in this mode of looking at the politics and looking at the drought and looking at whatever is wrong in this country. But everything that goes wrong creates an opportunity, because if it wasn't for problems, then we wouldn't have had a place to solve those problems. So the more problems there are, the better the opportunities will be.
I am Marina Smith from Smithland Guest Departments in Cape Town. We are in the hospitality trade, and we offer accommodation to holiday makers, because Cape Town is a very popular destination, as well as people coming to hospital for treatment. We are very centrally situated. We offer accommodation to groups that come in for study purposes, as well as corporate companies who send their staff to Cape Town to come and work there. I've been an estate agent before, but because of a chronic problem that I have with my leg, I couldn't do a lot of walking anymore, and I thought of doing something from home. And at that stage, there was a 2-room apartment downstairs that's not being used, and I thought of starting a self-catering apartment at my house. But in 6 months' time, we realized that it's a success. I like to look out for new ideas. It inspires me to see what I can do to make my business more successful. If you don't have a passion for what you do, you're not going to succeed. Everybody can be successful, but it's something in the mind. If you have a negative mindset, you won't get success. If you have a positive mindset, then you will be able to succeed. I look up to God for help, and I always ask Him to help me with my business, that my business will be a business of excellence. So we believe in excellence in our business. We believe in service, and yes, personal touch that makes a big difference.
I'm Mishje, owner of ZooZoo Educare. We look after preschool kids age babies, 2 months, up until age 6, grade R. When I had my second child, I realized that I didn't want to work the hours I worked in the motor industry and decided to stay at home to look after my kids. But as most people know, that you can't survive off one salary, so I still had to have an income, and that's when I decided to look for a business venture. Then I decided to look into a preschool environment because I wasn't happy with the preschools in our area. And that's when I decided to start my own school. What we focus on is making sure that the kids are happy at our school. My passion that I've got for the little ones, making sure that they are happy, is vitally important. And then we also do focus on our parents, not just the kids, because I realized that corporate parents see very little of their kids. And we decided to try and assist them in that way. So we do deal very closely with our parents, making sure that they know what happens at school during the time that they can't be with their kids. I had 2 or 3 failed attempts to being an entrepreneur prior to my school, and the reason for that was specifically because of the fact that it wasn't my passion. And within 2-3 months, the business would fail. And then having to get up and have a third attempt at starting my own company, it's difficult. But once you found your passion, once I found my passion, I realized that this is something that I want to do. I wake up every morning, getting up, wanting to go to work. I cannot stress how important it is to actually do something that you love.
My name is Chanette. I'm the co-owner of Rush Extreme Sports, South Africa. We are an indoor trampoline park that offers lots of fun, from basketball to dodgeball to any activity, literally all on trampolines. We do kiddies parties, corporate events, cosmic rush evenings. It's entertainment for the whole family.
It originated from actually our daughter. So she was saying, Dad, I wanted a backyard trampoline, and I didn't want to just do the normal generic round trampoline that kills your grass as you move it through the backyard. And I was looking at doing some custom-made design trampoline, and I came across actually a park in the States, and from there sparking the idea, well, if that's there, what's in South Africa that's similar to it? And there was nothing in South Africa, and from there turned it into the idea into reality by dealing with manufacturers throughout the world. So we found our current partner manufacturer, and then brought it through to South Africa.
This is business number 14 for us. So going through all the things we've gone through in different industries, learning people and so on, we've built such a passion for people. We had a school here, an autistic school, and we do a lot of work with the autistic kids that never smile. They don't smile. We're literally on dodgeball court, busy giggling. To see the joy in their eyes inspires me. It inspires you to do better and to look out for them and to create something more that they can have fun in, because their fun is so limited in life. And so I think the people that come to Rush is the ones that inspire us. Success to me is not just to stand on a pedestal. Success is happiness. It's to stand back and know you have given back. If you put heart and soul into not just the business, but into the people that run your ship for you, it's awesome.
Okay, my name is Corrie van der Walt. I'm involved in 2 companies, Matling and Pendo Energy Solutions. Pendo Energy Solutions is 51% owned by Matling. The 2 companies work together. Matling is our brainstorming environment. That's where we create our new ideas, where we get grant funding, where we look at a better tomorrow, better solutions, more innovation. And Pendo is our execution wing in terms of consulting. We're in the energy space, so we design energy solutions, and we basically cover the whole energy spectrum, from electricity distribution, gas, PV, fossil fuels. We're at the moment not involved in generation, but we are energy solutions provider. I was the first person to start. I was all alone in this office because I took the lease over from a previous company. 3 months later, Rudolf joined me, and Nelly at the same time. Nelly and I started Matling, and Rudolf and I started Pendo. So in the beginning, I remember that December, we had to pay Rudolph a salary. And as life works out, we were approached by someone to sponsor them to buy a TLB. So they asked if we can borrow the money and then we can make 20% on our money. So that paid Rudolph's December salary. In January we scratched around to get a salary for Rudolph, but we still decided to appoint 2 more people. Excellent people. The one lady was pregnant, she couldn't find a job, and she's excellent value for money. So we said, okay, come join us. We don't have money, but we have a lot of ideas. And we'll see how much we can give you at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, we gave her a full salary. And then we were joined by 2 more people February last year, and about 5 more people, and currently we are 20 full-time people and 3 contractors. You can have a fairly insignificant life to other people, but significant to yourself because your value lies internally. And that can make you more successful than some of the most famous, most richest people I've ever met. So I don't see success as being rich and famous and all of those. I see success in, at the end of the day, when your movie is over and you look back at it and you say, I did the best I could to make the world a better place. That's what I would sort of look at success.
My name's Carl Pretorius. I'm the Managing Director of Just Trees. We grow a large variety of container-grown trees that we supply to the landscape industry in South Africa and to certain export markets. We're based in Paarl, in the Western Cape. Well, it was by chance that we started here, but there are a number of factors that really lend themselves to one having a tree nursery in this part of the world. Initially, we had some olives growing on the farm here, and some landscapers actually wanted to buy our olives that were in the ground. And it was really that sparked the idea of looking into the tree business. Well, generally people are looking to buy time, so we grow trees into mature specimens. Some of them are as old as 12 years old, and people are looking for mature specimens to put into their landscapes to get instant effect. So we have an interesting setup in Just Trees. Our customer, as such, is the landscape architect. When they draw up a landscape design, they give a lot of thought as to what plants and trees are going to go into that landscape. But the person who buys the tree is not the landscape architect. It would then be the landscape contractor who implements the design. But at the end of the day, the landscape architect goes back to site to see what's been bought and planted. And if the trees meet their requirements and actually express what they had designed on paper in reality, then we've made the landscape architect really happy, and obviously the contractor looks good and his customer at the end of the day looks good.
I'm Stacey Brewer, and I'm the CEO of Spark Schools, and we provide high quality education at an affordable cost. We are a network of low-fee private primary schools.
And what makes us distinctive from pretty much any other network, locally and internationally, is that we pride ourselves on 2 things that just often aren't seen together. We're able to achieve a level of quality that's only seen internationally, but at the same time our cost is less than what our government runs our township schools at. And for the first time ever, we're able to kind of break that conundrum of a 5-star hotel at 3-star prices. And at its core, that's really what Spark is about. Just because you're not extremely wealthy, just because you aren't privileged, doesn't mean your children shouldn't get access to the best quality education in the world.
So first of all, we're entrepreneurs, and we're entrepreneurs in education. So if we'd go out and have a drink and meet people we didn't know, they'd be like, oh, that is so cute. You're in education. Do you do this full time? Also, we got questions like, Shane, can you not get a proper job? And then the challenges along the way, for me, it's always about the people. So you're only ever as good as your people. And so, especially in education, you fundamentally in a service industry is people dominated. How do you ensure that we attract, retain the best talent? Constantly, we still have a lot of naysayers in terms of Spark, because it's like, how are you able to provide this high quality at this price point? There's no ways it works. So we're disrupting the market, we're pushing on boundaries, we're stepping on toes. It's uncomfortable for the status quo, but it's very important in moving education in South Africa forward.
So I'd say for me, the best book I've ever read is the Harry Potter series. and I'll tell you why. It's very, very seldomly that in a generation you live through a Tolkien or a J.K. Rowling. And we had that opportunity to actually live through one, to watch a story be built in front of us, and to actually form a generation, how they think, how they creatively interact with the world. And I believe that because Rowling touched so many people at such a young age with hidden concepts of racism and discrimination built into her storytelling, I believe that the world that she will form through influence is going to be far greater than the world that those people came into before.
I'm Gali Gaon Segall, and I'm from the Yemaya group. We are in the health and beauty industry. We've got a spa and hair salon in Sea Point, and then we've got nail bars across the country, and then we've got hair and salons in Johannesburg. We are known to take walk-in clients. We hardly turn any people away. So people know that if they need a lastminute.com mani-pedi, hair, waxing, they can come to us. So basically we started off as a spa in Molly Point, and being in the industry, people started phoning us lastminute.com and saying, I need my nails done, I need waxing done, please can you help me? And we were always fully booked to help them. And then I thought, what a fantastic idea it would be if we can just have a pop-up nail bars where people can just go last minute, no appointment, on the go, have the nails done in the convenience of just walking in the shopping center or at the airport. It's fast, convenient and affordable. In this industry, you can't draw your profits at the end of the month. So you always have to reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. So, you know, that initial money that we started off with is still the money that rolls us over. We have some money, we open a new business. We have some more money, we open another one. You know, we started importing, we started franchising, we're going to start manufacturing. So that's where we're going. Every morning when I wake up, it's like, okay, how can I change this world today? Actually, my operation manager from the nail bar, she'll always phone me and say, hi, Brain, and I'll go, hi, Pinky. And she's like, how are we going to take over the world today? So we say, one step at a time.
My name is Eben Roodman. I'm a director and co-owner of Advanced Fenestration. We're manufacturers of aluminium windows and doors and shop fronts, servicing the commercial, residential and retail market. It's actually quite a funny story. I was an exporter of building materials into Zambia and was supplying a contract already. Guys approached me and yeah, the opportunity came along to get a big order and get the company started.
Well, there was no money in the bank when we started. The only money that was in the bank was my previous employer's salary to me. We worked on a deposit that was based on an order for exports, and we've used that deposit to grow the company to where it is now. So there was no capital layout in the business at all. So, you know, the product itself, there is various people around that does the same products as us, but we try to be more professional about it and give that extra service and quality where I think others do lack in the industry. Well, the difficulties that we had along the way was actually growing the business from order on hand, expanding the business to what we've got at the moment. I mean, it's difficult, I think, that any business owner when starting up a business has, and that's your day-to-day operations and overcoming them, but still having the bigger picture at the end.
I think there's two guys I really look up to. One would be Alice Cooper, of all people. And then also, yeah, one I would like to thank Richard Branson for something I read in one of his books, which was Screw it, let's do it. Basically boils down to say yes first and figure out the details later. And I think that's pretty much how this company started.
My name is Michael Roberts, and our company is called Canology. Canology is a IT technology services company that has a big difference. We're about empowerment and we are job creators. We discovered off the back of frustration really with the lack of inefficiencies with organisations using third-party suppliers that are overly expensive, and people jumping on the bandwagon that there's no skills, there's no opportunity within Africa. And being myself, disagreed wholeheartedly with that and went out to prove that we can find people that are capable, that are competent and can do the job. What's different about us? I suppose we're different because we're passionate and we believe in what we're doing. We're swimming against the tide. We're proving to people that we can find talent in Africa. We're proving to people that you don't necessarily need to look the part to be the part, and given the right framework and the right environment, you can be successful. I think the biggest difficulty was doubting yourself all the time, knowing that you've got to push through. And I think taking that leap and knowing there's no fallback and there's no rescue. As I say, you jump without your parachute, and we kind of did that. So yeah, the first 9 months were frightening, to say the least. But once you got through that first year, it doesn't get any easier, but it's not as scary. You've got something to fall back on. Yeah. Especially people on my management team, they're just incredible. Very lucky to surround myself with some incredible people. They've taken on the passion, they live the dream themselves. They've bought this hook, line and sinker, and thank you to them, we can at least achieve what we're doing, and I can rely and trust them. They are amazing, amazing individuals. A lot of people say you can't make a difference, and what's the point if it's in such a small scale? But you've got to start somewhere, and I think if you look at history, all those who've achieved success have been almost like mad, for want of a better word. You've got to be unreasonable about success, and that's kind of how we drive. We will push through, we will be successful, and as we get bigger, our soapbox gets bigger.
My name's Cara Nortman from SSQ Exhibitions. We are a design and project management agency specializing in temporary structures such as exhibition stands, sets, stages, mall displays, product launches, as well as permanent installations, for example, commercial office spaces, retail stores, restaurants, etc. My father started a business in 1982 called Set Squared, and they specialized first and foremost in sets for TV commercials and films. And then when the exhibition industry took off in South Africa, they moved into the exhibition space. He closed his business in 2012. Well, I grew up on an exhibition floor, and I absolutely loved the industry. So I decided this wasn't going to be the end of exhibitions in our family, and I hired some of his ex-staff and started SSQ Exhibitions. We started off in April of 2012, and May is quite a big month in our industry. There are quite a few big shows on the calendar in May. So what we did was we went and took briefs specifically for tourism in Durban. We had some previous relationships from the previous business. We did designs for 3 big clients, 3 big stands. We got them approved. We invoiced a deposit, we got paid deposits, and we started working from there. I think our industry specifically, we don't work on retainers. Everything is project by project based, so it's quite difficult to budget and forecast. You could have a month where you sign off a number of stands and you get a number of invoices out, you get some money in the bank. You could have a month where there's absolutely nothing happening and you just don't sign off anything. So I think that was one of the big challenges up front, which we've dealt with and we've prepared ourselves for. I think just because he's my go-to at the moment, Grant Cardone, he has mastered the art of sales. So I wouldn't mind just sitting with him and picking his brain a little bit and just letting him talk, listen to what he's got to say over a bottle of wine. I think he'd be incredibly entertaining and you'd learn a lot.
My name's Barry Gould. The company that I own is CAPCO. It stands for Ceilings and Partitions Components, and we supply ceilings and partitions installers with materials that are appropriate for their particular job that they're doing. Typical customer is a ceilings and partitions installer. They are contractors or subcontractors to main contractors who are builders, and they do the ceilings and partitions installation for those builders or for clients on a private basis. We have our own drywall system called Beta. The brand name is Beta. It's a unique design. The aluminium sections are unique to us. It has a patent on it. Although it's been copied now, it's because it's more than 16 years old. It was even copied before the patent expired, by the way. Because it is a good system, people like it, it's easy to use, it's user-friendly, looks good, and it works well with all the components that you need to build a drywall. As far as ceilings are concerned, we have lots of shadow line details, which are more contemporary as far as design is concerned, and they give architects and designers a unique feature in their ceilings, which is different from most other people. Being in business, you learn that life is not easy, and you learn about people, and you learn many more things when you're in business and it's your own than if you're just working for somebody else. That's probably been one of the most important things that I've learned and that I enjoy about being in business. Yeah.
My name is Dylan Jerry and my company is Kilowatt Audio Visual. Well, you know when you go to an event and the lighting is poor and you can't see the screen and there's no lighting, so the atmosphere is really bad and people look dreary and the mood is down. I'm sure you've been to an event like that. Well, what we do is we make sure that never happens. So we hold our clients' hands every step of the way to make sure that an event from a technical perspective is crafted in a way that the clients are engaged and excited, and that they produce events that really give them marketing value and that really deliver their takeaways. So when I set off to start this business, I spent the weekend doing this amazing business plan, and I needed 5 million rand to buy the equipment. Unfortunately, no one wanted to give me the money, which disappointed me a bit. But fortunately, at the very same time, an SAA credit card arrived in the post with a 50,000 rand credit limit on it. So that's ultimately what we used to start the business with. I remember the only pieces of equipment we managed to buy was a laptop. We put a deposit down on a warehouse space, and I employed my first staff member. As entrepreneurs, we're outcome focused, and sometimes we jump off the bridge and we don't know how we're going to fly. We kind of build the airplane on the way down. And so I've never really looked at something that I've done and gone, wow, this has required big balls. I've always been so focused on the outcome that, you know, if you fail along the way, you'll just look for the next part of the puzzle to get you out of that hole and continue. So I think that the biggest habit for success is empowering people so that they can empower structures that keep the business safe, so that I can have the freedom to be agile, seek out opportunities, but still know that I've got a safety net catching me. And I think my biggest habit is finding the right people and empowering those people to keep me safe, so that I can use my skill set to find opportunity, but to know that we have the structures in our business that keeps it safe.